Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your SRH Matters once again with SEA. So, yeah, it's been a very long while, and I hope you are still keeping safe. So, today I quickly want us to look at ovulation. And what is ovulation? Ovulation or ovulation period is the period of your menstrual cycle that a lady is likely to get pregnant when she has an unprotected sex. Okay, so for every cycle there's an ovulation day to it, or an ovulation period to it, where you have your fertile days, your highly fertile days, and then your ovulation day. And all this period come once in a cycle. So for menstrual cycle, most ladies have an average menstrual cycle of 28 days. Okay, aside that, other ladies could have a 21-day menstrual cycle or a 35 days menstrual cycle, and all those are very normal. Okay, so the lower limit will be 21 days, and then the upper limit will be 35 days. So it simply means that if I'm a 21 days average menstrual cycle person, then that means after every 21 days I see my menses. So for example, let's say I menstruated in 1st November and I went through my normal days, maybe 3 days, 4 days, or even 5 days. By the 21st of November, I should menstruate again. Okay, and that is my normal regular cycle. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So how do I know, or how can I calculate my average menstrual cycle? You can do that by adding 3 consecutive cycle months and then divide it by 3. That is finding average of it. Okay, so let's say August, September, October, those 3 consecutive months. So let's say August I had 21 days, September I had let's say 25 days, and then October I had 27 days. So what it means is that from the previous day from the previous time I menstruated to the current one is 21 days for August, right? So for September is 25 days and October is 27 days. I'll add these 3 days, which will give me 73 days, and I'll divide it by 3 to get an average of 24.333. So running it off to a whole figure will be 24 days cycle. So it means averagely I will menstruate after every 24 days. Okay, still back to the example of menstruating on 1st November. It means 24th November I'm likely to start my menses again. Okay, so for me to find my ovulation day, I will count 14 days to the day I'll menstruate again, which is 24th of November. Okay, so I can do a backwards counting. So that means I know my menstruation is likely to come on the 24th of November. So starting the count from the 24th of November backwards to the 14th day will be the day I'm likely to ovulate. So let me do that for you to see. From the 24th of November, I'm counting backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Good. So it means that on the 10th of November is the day I'm likely to ovulate. Okay, and then it also means that 2 days to the 10th of November I'm highly fertile. No two ways about that. So I'm highly fertile on the 8th of November, on the 9th of November, and then on the 10th. Those 3 days are so unsafe if I don't want to get pregnant. But if I want to get pregnant too, then those 3 days are the perfect times to try for babies, by having an unprotected sex, and then wish and hope that you get pregnant on those days. And one thing I would like to say again too is, as the sperm cells stay in the female reproductive tract for at least 5 days, okay, the ovum, when you ovulate, it stays, or it is viable within 12 to 24 hours. After 24 hours, it's likely not to be fertilized. You are likely not to get pregnant because it's no longer in the fallopian tube, okay? So for men that their sperm cells have a lifespan of at least 5 days, it means even if you have an unprotected sex on the 7th of November, these sperm cells can stay in the female reproductive tract for at least 5 days. So that means if you have an unprotected sex on the 7th of November, 8th, 9th, 10th, it's still within the 5 days. So you are still likely to get pregnant on your ovulation day, because there is already a sperm there which is viable, okay? So you must really be careful when it comes to ovulations, and then your fertile days. So if you don't want to get pregnant, I think it will be good for you to protect yourself, either with a barrier method as condoms, or another form of contraceptive method. It could be the post pill, or maybe you have a permanent or a long-term contraceptive method. Okay, so let me do one more example, then we end it. So let's say I have a cycle of say 28 days, okay? So if I have an average menstrual cycle of 28 days, and my last time I menstruated was 1st of November, or yes, I began my menstruation on 1st of November, it means by 28th of November I should menstruate again, okay? So to know my ovulation day, I will count 14 days backwards from my supposed date that I will menstruate. So that will be from 28th of November, right? So on the 28th of November, I will count backwards to the 14th day. So that is 28th of November. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the 14th day is on the 15th of November. So it meant it's likely I may ovulate on the 15th of November, and I'll be highly fertile on the 13th and 14th and 15th of November, okay? So any sex which is unprotected within those 3 to 4 days is likely to get me pregnant, okay? So if you don't want pregnancy, then please protect yourself. But if you are trying for a baby, then those should be your best times to try for a baby. Thanks so much for your time, and I wish you all the best, and catch you next time. Bye.